My girlfriend told me she was pregnant, so I had arranged to move all her things out behind her back. Here's why. We were dating for a year and a half when she moved in with me. I'm now 25. Weeks ago, I got home from work. My girlfriend was standing in the living room. She showed me the positive pregnancy test. Thinking it was a TikTok prank, I played along. When she didn't reveal it was a prank, I knew what had happened. But I continued playing along. That night, I got up at midnight, started sending emails. I took a week off from work and emailed my best friend the details, telling them to pretend they knew nothing and be prepared. The next morning, I left for work as usual, but I didn't go to work. Carl, one of my best friends, was waiting outside. He had a cap and a hoodie ready for me. The whole week, we followed Katie, and on day 3, she met up with her affair partner. We followed them to a motel, and then Carl followed him to his house. The guy was married with kids. We devised a plan. I convinced Katie to go to her parents' house to tell them the good news last Saturday. While there, I gave my friends the key to my home. At Katie's parents' house, we had lunch with the parents and siblings first. And then Katie told them the good news. Everyone was happy. After a while, I got a call I had to take. It was my friends telling me they were done and ready so I can make an announcement. I pulled Katie aside in front of everyone. I bet they thought I was going to propose. I started by telling them how we met, how much she meant to me, and ended it with, and that's why it hurt so much that she cheated on me and got pregnant by someone else. The room was silent. Katie looked shocked. She started telling me it wasn't a funny joke. I said, I'm not joking. The moment you told me you were pregnant, I knew you cheated. I got a vasectomy 5 years ago. I go to check up every year. So if you are pregnant, you cheated. At that moment, her phone rang. I told her, answer it. It's probably your affair partner. You know the real father of your baby. I mentioned his name to her. Probably he wants to talk about you moving in. Not sure if his wife and kids are going to like that idea. What happened was that my friend had loaded up everything that Katie had in the U-Haul and brought it to their first partner's home. When they called me, they were in front of the guy's house. They rang the doorbell and their first partner came up and asked him where they could put our things. He was confused. They handed him and his wife pictures of him and Katie. And Carl said, since the original partner is kicking her out, she needs a place to stay. We are just yet to deliver our things to you. And since you don't want the woman who is pregnant with your child to stay on the street, we assumed you would take her in. Their first partner called Katie and started yelling that she ruined his life and he never wants to ever see her again. After hearing him scream over the phone, I said, oh, so his wife doesn't want the mistress having their child living with them, right? So you have to stay here with your parents. With that, I walked away, leaving a crying Katie and a confused and angry family behind. My friends brought the U-Haul with our stuffs to our parents after their affair partner rejected it. I went home where my sister was waiting for me. She knew everything. This was not a part of my plan, but Carl knew me so well, so he called my sister. I broke down and cried in my sister's arms. She stayed the weekend, taking care of me and allowing me to grieve and process the betrayal. It's been weeks since I dumped Katie at her parents' house. My boys cleaned out my home, brought everything of Katie to her parents. But because I didn't have time to mark everything due to what I was going through, they took some of my properties to Katie's house, and some of Katie's property was still with me. I called the sister to arrange a meeting where we can exchange those property. The sister agreed that on one condition, and the condition is to have a sit down with Katie. I agreed. I would have just left everything there, but the tablet had some pretty important work stuff. So when I got there, I made everything clear that there was no chance of us getting back together. Katie was a shadow of her former self. She started with small talk, But I quickly told her I was not here for all of that. She wanted to apologize. Here is where I almost lost it. I wanted to yell at her for destroying our relationship. I wanted to yell that I can't accept this apology for destroying my trust. But I didn't yell. I was quiet. I didn't accept the apology either. Neither did I rejected it. I just stayed quiet. She asked why I never asked her why she did it. I said, there's nothing you could say to justify what you did. So it didn't matter what excuse you would come up with. She said she really thought the child was mine because we were having protection while having sex. She said she was hoping that I could change my mind about being child-free as soon as I saw she was pregnant. I told her that was a very dumb assumption. And she clearly did not use any protection with the affair partner. So she told me she thought it was unfair of me to expose her affair to her family. I didn't have to do that. That was my response. That's right. I didn't have to. I chose to. Just like he chose to cheat on me. Just like the affair partner chose to cheat on his wife. These are just consequences of choices. So she asked me if we stand a chance if she aborted the baby. I told her keeping or aborting the baby wouldn't change our betrayal. She can do whatever she wants. We are not getting back together. Never ever. I was done. I heard her out. She didn't tell me anything I didn't already know. So I got up. I took my stuff. And as I was about to leave, she said, I love you. My response was, no, you don't. If you loved me, you would never betray and hurt me like you did. I loved you, but you destroyed that too. With that, I left and I could hear her sobbing. I have also learned that the affairs partner has been kicked out of his house. They are divorcing. He ended it with Katie because he blames her for ruining his life. I don't know what Katie is going to do with the baby, but that's not my problem. I've known I wanted to be child-free since my early teens. My parents didn't oppose me, but they did say I could change my mind. Since I am not an only child, they'll still get grandchildren. When I was 20, I got a vasectomy. And when I was 22, I met my girlfriend. I've been open about wanting to be child-free from the very beginning. I remember telling her about my vasectomy. But to be honest, I think there was alcohol already involved. So I'm not sure she remembers. Okay, guys, from this story, I feel like even if she didn't remember or she remember, cheating is wrong. For her to have cheated, I can't even blame this guy. Yes. I want to blame him that why would he want to be child-free? Why would he want to give birth or something like that? Guys, say no to cheating at all costs. The lady cheated and she got what she deserved. I don't blame the guy for anything. What do you think about this? Let me know in the comment below.